Whether you are a teacher who is looking for laptop suggestions or a school representative who's in search of a good quality machine for the teaching staff, if you're looking for best ones that are used by most of the known schools/colleges or teachers, then you are at the right place. The IdeaPad 3 looks like any other ordinary laptop. By that, I mean it doesn't have any unique design features that set it apart from a typical notebook, maybe the signature abyss blue color that's not very common. It's a rectangle with rounded corners, and has a Lenovo logo in one corner. The IdeaPad's chassis isn't thick, nor thin, and the laptop's lid and undercarriage are made of hard plastic. Port selection is a bit limited, but you don't miss the very basic ports. It doesn't have a USB Type-C port, but you get a pair USB 3.0 ports, a single USB 2.0 port, an SD card slot, HDMI 1.4 port and a headphone/mic jack. One other thing is a physical shutter for the webcam so that you can have your privacy and confidence. Wireless connectivity comes in way of Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 4.1. It's hard not to criticize such an inexpensive laptop for having a not-so-bright display. However, we do appreciate the 1080p panel, which provides a much sharper image than the Lenovo 330's 15.6-inch, 1366 by 768 display. Despite the screen's fairly dim, it isn't worse like it would on a 720p display. With a peak brightness of 250 nits, the display is brighter than those on the Aspire E5, Acer Swift 1 and the average budget laptop. Lenovo offers the IdeaPad 3 with a solid feature set designed for reliable day-to-day performance. Under the hood, it packs AMD's Ryzen 5 3500U processor, 8GB RAM, 256GB SSD and AMD Radeon Vega 8 graphics. This is enough to run the pre-installed Windows 10 OS, and can keep you powered throughout the day on basic tasks without slowing down. The HP Envy 13AB016NR laptop powered by a 2.5 GHz 7th Gen Intel i5 processor. HP Envy is a 13.3-inch laptop with a resolution of 1900 by 1080 pixels, runs on Windows 10 Home Basic. It is integrated with Intel HD Graphics 620 to allow gamers a very pleasing gaming experience. Its strong processor allows you to use multiple applications at the same time without getting slow. This one is ideal for programming purposes, be it for a teacher or a student. It has a stylish metal body which makes it look modern and trendy. Yet it manages to maintain a lightweight, being HP's thinnest laptop. With its unbelievable 14 hours long battery life, it easily becomes an ultra-portable laptop. The HP Envy's touchpad supports multi-touch gestures. It is capable of accepting uninterrupted inputs and has very quick responsiveness. Its keyboard is backlit and the size of the keyboard is quite large with big keys to provide a very wonderful user experience. Of course, the Google Pixelbook Go is designed to be thin and light, measuring just 0.5 inches thick and weighing 2.3 pounds. The laptop comes in just two colors, just black and not pink, otherwise known as black and pink. We would appreciate something in between these two, such as a white or straight anodized magnesium option, but alas. As we mentioned, this laptop's frame is made from a magnesium alloy painted in a matte texture that, paired with a rippled base, is veritably easier to grip and hold while moving between meetings or workspaces, as Google promises. We find this frame to be very resistant to pressure and flex, which is rare in Chromebooks. And, boy, does Google make use of every last inch of that frame. The Pixelbook Go not only sports a keyboard with comfortably spaced keys, but also top-firing speakers. Sure, they're a bit small and, as a result, somewhat tinny in the high end, but these speakers beat the vast majority of laptops of this size, normally found with bottom-firing speakers. However, one thing that Google didn't include is biometric login capability. There is no fingerprint sensor nor is there an iris or face scanner on the Pixelbook Go. Considering that many Chromebooks provide at least one of these solutions at this price point, it's a sore spot for sure. Google tells us that it's relying on its Android phone unlocking feature, but that leaves out anyone not using an Android phone. Armed with a quad-core 8th Gen Core i5 CPU, 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, the MacBook Pro is bright and colorful with a resolution of sharp 2560 by 1600 pixels. It is loaded with Intel Iris Plus Graphics 645. Its True Tone technology changes the white balance of the panel based on the color temperature of ambient lighting. That helps to translate to a more comfortable viewing experience, especially when you stare at a screen even for all day long. Its T2 chip secures the MacBook with a full disk encryption for data stored on the SSD and secure boot process. It also has Hey Siri, a feature that lets you use your voice to do everything, be it the change settings on the laptop to launch websites with just your voice. It can play music as well as answer your questions at just your voice command. The MacBook Pro has great quality speakers to make your video calling, music and media viewing experience far better than most of the laptops and notebooks. It is a lightweight small laptop which makes it easy to carry. Its battery lasts up to long 10 hours with moderate use. With the Touch ID, you can unlock the MacBook instantly. You can use Apple Pay to make secure online purchases. It can even switch between users just with the touch of a finger. It might be easy to underestimate the LG Gram 17 if you were to judge a book by its cover. After all, this laptop doesn't seem to have any exceptional features at first glance, only a simple dark gray design with the word Gram etched on top. Some might even go as far as calling it unattractive. However, you only need to lift this laptop to appreciate its appeal. The LG Gram 17 is the lightest 17-inch laptop out there, touting a weight of just 2.95 pounds, making it 0.07 pounds lighter than the considerably smaller MacBook Pro 13-inch. At 15.0 by 10.5 by 0.7 inches, it's also only slightly bigger than the MacBook Pro 16-inch. This is a laptop you'll want to throw in your backpack or in your leather tote bag, if you'd like to squeeze in a bit of work while traveling or if you want to work on the go. It's a good thing that it's made of carbon nanotube reinforced magnesium alloy, as this laptop might also be as rugged as the MacBook Pro, too. Of course, this being a productivity machine, the amount and diversity of ports is very important. Thankfully, LG hasn't tried to economize here. There's a decent assortment of ports on this laptop, from the necessary USB 3.1, Thunderbolt 3 and headphone jack to HDMI and microSD. It also comes with a USB 3.1 adapter for RJ45 Ethernet.